First Jackie Bird song I memorized. If I were in my house, just so you know, I get ready out. I'm going to read a couple poems because that's all I know how to do. And here we go. Fade into the teal and purple. In response to continuation by Carolyn Anderson. Nega, I no longer climb only butte in star blanket made of ice and solitude to roar your name up and out past gathering of constellation. Grandmother, you dance and tease among blue and muddy brown of the water people now. Pity us, as we have forgotten how to listen to our own song. First sister, can you see, Colonel, our kinship responsibility withers as this season scorches our skin? We are as you left us, spiteful, surviving in the role you've sown for us all. Last memory, I can no longer remember your voice. It is stretched specter that hides just beyond my reach. Our most cherished champion, her beautiful brown features fade into the teal and purple geometry our ancestors first laid across our sacred convergence. The medium that propagated light. I did smile today, though. Oh, I laughed a bunch. Then I cried some. Then I went to get a cold coffee and a cinnamon roll. Then I drove past my uncle's old house. Then my breath became heavy, and my eyes, round with dread, blinked themselves red to wash and repeat. Then I hit that hospital of birth and remember his face when I told 16-year-old him that I lived 2 blocks away from him. I thought about that knowing now anywhere is not far enough away. Then I wrote the poems that I don't share. I still write down the ones that heal me, ink to paper, thought fired into the ether, collected in machine-bound composition because buffalo hide is so hard to come by in the reservation at the bottom of their old crags. With blood and loss. I can hear death's doo-wop coming from my pops, shallow in and out, as our 5 in this hospital waves and walks by us, like all the nurses and doctors. So far, they've asked my incredible shrinking dad for the date, his name, in vials upon vials of his smoky red blood that has been collecting in his feet and moving slowly up his legs. He has been on his inflamed and enlarged poos for the last 2 days, while we overcame the shock and burial of our huge-hearted boy who was named after us, but who was by and far our better in every way. Father Fastforce tells the new name and date riddler that he hasn't worn compression socks before. I look away, while those socks and he are manhandled in a way no elder or sock should be worked. My second hero asks for something to help his growing pain, and the nurse fakes right and hits a no-look hook in my tiny dad's face. I'm focused on the rage building in my stomach as my dad reminds another about the liquid slowly filling in his small brown beer belly. To stop the searing surge of heat from tearing down the dam of my fragile composure, I close my puffy red eyelids and remember the 2-striped tube socks he loved and wore for most of my childhood. Think of pickup games and how the stocky Oguala could move and command on a court full of last-wave warriors. He's cussing so fast in Lakota in English, I can't catch any of it. I want to pick up my pocket-sized pop and run. While he's coughing an illness rhythm, I hum an honor song to that wheezy beat he taught me in the 2nd grade. I look away from this saggy-skinned sack who used to race me in an alleyway of our urban lodge and pray the way my octave showed me to pray. Call out to the void that holds me hostage. It's been 6 hours, and all this place of false scare has done is remind my father that he is paper thin as the skin on his legs in my invisible patience. Continue to hum a traditional song like he did, like he used to do for me, centuries ago it seems, back when his cape and spandex weren't speckled with blood and loss. Indian Jesus. I will tell about this. So I got an award at the Southwest Indian Art Fair. I directed video poems for Hyde Erdrich, and I won for Best Experimental Short. I was like, for real? And so I drove down there, and I got to sit on a couple panels, and one of the panels was with John Trudell. And I was like, man, is this for real? Is this really happening? Honestly, this is not the first time I've been like, really? And so I was sitting there, and after his movie show, Insana Oglala, we wanted to talk a lot about it, and Indians started getting up one by one, and they started asking him, John, will you come to our res? We're having troubles with this thing, and we're having trouble with our water rights, and this is going on. Man, they kept getting up, and I kept looking over it, and I was like, man, that's just a little Indian guy in an old beat-up jacket. How is he going to save us all? And this is the first time I ever saw an Indian Jesus. And then I thought about that. I was like, man, what if Indian Jesus grew up in my neighborhood? What would that look like? So I wrote this poem. It's called Indian Jesus. I'm hunting again. You are not safe. My last homeboy on the big side wakes me with promise of foolproof food. Asks me again if he'll be okay. Lights a bad one to burn down. Coughs and passes backwards to the picture of his ancestors. They huff and all balls roll in my direction. Bootlegger stops by. Asks me if he'll stop killing everyone before someone comes to make the dirty poison from his blood. They begin to tell the story of us. How they found me. The state in which they came by me, barefoot in the roads with tank top and cargo pants, my Phillips uniform with my socks rolled over a gold buck knife. In a park that no one goes into during the dark, a fish and a stone rolled a long and dirty tail. Said they heard an old story, had set up on the court, and was hitting 50-foot jumpers while telling everyone their future. They hit the park as fast as knobby cinnamon roll knees could carry them, and found the line wrapping around the Peacemaker Center as if it still stood. As if the slime and gangrene still held it all in place. In the spot where Buckanaga's stolen ring once stood, walleye and pipestone carried me away to animal-infested hideaway. Told me to sleep. That rest would lay down at my right, and the shine of what will never be will inch up from the drains and whisper in decent plan. I do not know what day it is. You will not be able to hide from me. On a day like today, I opened rickety white porch door to see the bounty left in the name of wonder. Boxes of donuts, deer jerky, beadwork, JoJo's, and whole roasted chickens. All these gifts with tiny rolled up questions and statements attached like that sweet Nokomis blend of tobacco I only smoke when I feel literary. Will I ever get out of here? Does my husband still love me? Are you here to save us? Will they hold me out for rent money? Questions stuck to food, stuck to me, stuck to every single cabinet and a place to be. Boulder after boulder. He ties them all in a Duluth pack, packing each one with more care than they deserve. The truth? It's been brushed away from his wicked tongue, and dream of tomorrow has been scaled away from black and curly hair. This Indian Jesus has no more answers to give. He has on twice resurrected Air Jordans and has taped one last truth to his body as he leaves them flapping and stomping. There is nothing more to offer up to you. Save yourself. Hoshish, thank you so much for letting me come up here. Really appreciate it. Woo!